and welcome to this video. Today we're going to be talking about the importance of carrying out fecal egg counts on farm. Fecal egg counts are samples taken from animals' poo to see how much of an egg burden they have got in their system. The egg counts are intrinsic to the management and well-being of the flock when it comes to their health. Increased worm burdens can cause multiple issues such as scours, productivity loss and illnesses such as pulpy kidney and clostridial diseases in ewes. These can have massive economic losses on farm. We used to not carry out these tests and just worm routinely throughout the year. However, it has been noted that since the 1960s and 70s, when anthelmintics first came on the market, there's been a significant increase in resistancy. This resistancy has been created through overworming and building up resistance in the worms. So our group 1 wormers, which are our benzimidols, they have now got around a 97% resistancy on farm. When it comes to the group 2s, that will go down to 70%, and your group 3s are looking at about a 50% resistancy. We've now got group 4 and group 5 wormers, your Solvix and your Startec. These wormers currently have got no reported or very low resistance. It's really important that we take into account fecal egg counting before using these wormers so that we do not create the issues that we have got surrounding our group 1s to group 3s. Fecal egg counts have a massive role in modern day farming. Not only can they be used to pick up the burden that the sheep has got, but they can also be used to decide if treatment is needed, if there is resistancy and contamination on the pasture, and can be used as a reduction test after treatment to see if the wormer has been effective. These 3 core principles, along with new scientific research, have shown that by using fecal egg counts correctly, not only can we pick up resistancies early, but we can also pick up burdens early, and the economic benefit of not wasting wormers has a massive impact on farm. When it comes to worming, we also relate to the SCOPS principles. SCOPS is the Sustainable Control of Parasites. It is a governing body that provides key information to not only farmers but to SQPs and vets alike. The first SCOPS principle is to check out your resistancy status. This again can be done by completing fecal egg count reduction tests after worming to see if the wormers have been effective. The next key principle is not to underdose. By underdosing and not giving the ewe the full correct dose, you are not hitting all of the worms in them. This again can increase resistancy and it can waste the farmer's money if they then have to reworm. The third principle is to reduce dependence on wormers. Fecal egg counts help achieve this. As the previous 2 steps I've said, it stops you from worming when it's not needed and wasting that dose. The fourth principle is a quarantine dose. When sheep are brought into the farm, the best practice is to use a group 4 or 5 wormer to give them one big blowout dose so that if there are any resistant strains in the ewes at the time of arrival on the farm, they are knocked out before contaminating your pasture and affecting the other sheep in the herd. The fifth principle is to preserve susceptible worms on the pasture. This is talking about refugia. So, refugia is the basis that you do not worm the entire herd. By keeping some fit, strong ewes unwormed, you are keeping the susceptible worms on the pasture. Fecal egg count kits can be bought through your vet or through your local agricultural supplier. Often they will come with a sheet telling you how to carry them out, along with details for you to fill in, ready for the lab at testing. The key point of a fecal egg count is that the poo is not over 1 hour old. So this has just been done and is still warm, wet and soft. So this poo would be ideal. So what you do is you pick it up and wrap it in your glove. Once it's wrapped in your glove, tie the top off and pop it in the bag. For this egg count kit, we need 10 samples. So we'll put 10 of them in this one bag, and once it hits the lab, the 10 samples will be mixed together.
Go.
Once you've collected your samples, you need to fill out the owner details. You need to put your name, address and date, along with your postcode and telephone or email method so they can get in contact with you with the results. In the second section, you're asked why you are doing this egg count. This could be because you are bringing the animals into housing. it's pre-lambing, or you've had wet, wormy weather. You'll then ask for the condition of the sample, medium, firm or liquid. On top of that, you also need to say whether you've put all 10 in one bag together or individually place the poos in the glove. On top of that, they'll ask for the name and age of the group and where the sample is from. These ewes are breeding ewes, so we would tick that box there. They've also asked for the information of when you are lambing. Currently it is March, so we would tick the March box. On top of that, they will also ask questions on your management system and your treatment history. It is important to state what wormer you last used, as to reduce resistancy, it's key that you rotate your wormers each time you worm. For example, if you used an ivermectin-based wormer last time, this time you could use a group 4 or a group 2. On top of that, if you've carried out an egg count before, you'd put down the last result, the amount of eggs per grams. This is key when it comes to reduction tests to see if there has actually been a reduction and the wormer has been effective. Here is where you will then get your results put. They'll put the strong eggs, which are like your Nematodiris, or your Clostridial eggs. On top of that, they'll then give you any advice and their SQP number to ensure that they are correctly qualified.